Yo, what's up, everybody? It's me, Don Weeb here, back after my 2-day break of writing a script for this hour-long video. But I'm back, and it's all ready, so I'm pretty excited for it. If you guys have the time, grab some popcorn, grab something to drink, and lay back, relax, and get ready for some heat, because this is the last final episode, which will be covering parts 22 through 30, for What If Naruto Was a Demigod. We'll be covering the 5 Kage Summit, as well as the training arc with Naruto trying to control the tailed beasts, and finally the 4th Great Ninja War. Anyway, let's just get right into it. Naruto, the hero of the Hidden Leaf. Naruto gets up as he looks out to see the village being repaired, as a lot of shinobi as well as villagers are helping Yamato work on it. Naruto gets up as he walks outside. The sun from the morning immediately hits him and he covers his eyes. As he walks out, the sunshine flowing over the now crater that used to be the Leaf Village is growing steadily. Yamato is currently running the construction on rebuilding the Leaf Village using his wood style. Naruto would go and see if anyone needs any help, and Naruto would help carry some timber around so that people could fix up the village faster. A lot of people would wave to Naruto and greet him, saying that he knew that he would turn out like that someday. Naruto would feel a mix of confused emotions, as he had never been treated like this by anyone else before in his entire life. He'd always been alone. Everyone had always misguided him or not even tried to guide him in the right direction. They'd have just been afraid of him. Naruto shakes his head as he continues working. After a while, Naruto decides to go with Sakura to go and visit what happened to Tsunade, the Hokage, as she had passed out during the battle when Naruto had gone to a crazy rage and had begun to fight against pain, before he'd met his father, Minato, or Zeus, who explained everything to him. Naruto would go and visit Tsunade to see that she's still knocked out cold, and Sakura would be very worried about her. Naruto would decide that he would have to keep working harder in order to make the village perfect for when Grady and Tsunade came back. Naruto would keep working until eventually news would spread that, how unfortunately, the new Hokage would be named as Danzo Shimura. Naruto would not have any idea who this is, besides from what Sai talked about him, and Sai would tell Naruto and Sakura what Danzo's goals were probably. Danzo would probably be coming to the light now and take his position as Hokage. And his first step would probably be to keep Naruto there, as he's the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Naruto would be feeling conflicted about this, and he doesn't necessarily want to go, but he has no purpose as of yet. But he still feels annoyed that he's supposed to be trapped there. He thinks back to a few days ago when Blaze had decided he needed to head back to the Sand Village, as he hadn't been back there in around 4 or 5 months now. He decided that he needed to go and pay his cousin a visit, as Gaara and Blaze would have their reunion. Blaze would be rather impressed with Gaara's being the Kazekage and how smoothly it's running. After a while, there would be news of some scouts saying that the Cloud Ninja would be arriving, as Anko and her tracking team were still going after Kabuto. Naruto would see them coming in as he sees 3 Cloud Ninja. As the 3 Cloud Ninja approach, we see one with red hair, as well as one with bright white hair, as well as an adult woman with long blonde hair. Naruto would be curious what they're doing as he sees the lady walk into a tent to go and meet up with the interrogation team, I believe. As he then goes to confront the other 2, checking up what they want, Naruto would see the 2 of them and sense that they can use lightning style, which is the same style he can use. Naruto's picked up some more sensory abilities that he can now use, incorporated with his divine chakra, which he uses and pushes out like a field. Naruto would introduce himself and ask what they're doing. The 2 would then say that they're there to look for their master, and they're wondering if there was any information that he had on Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto would look sad for a second as he thinks about his fight with Sasuke, back when he had helped and tried to defeat Orochimaru and Sasuke. He then tells them that Sasuke left the village a long time ago. They said that Sasuke Uchiha is part of the Akatsuki now, and that he kidnapped their master. Naruto would tell them that he can't tell them any information. And there's just the two of them are getting pissed off at this punk. Sai would come out and stop them, saying that they already have the information delivered from the Leaf Village that they already had on Sasuke. They said they're right about that, and Naruto would look at them. Naruto would say that they can take out their rage on him, and that he doesn't care if they hit him instead. Just don't hurt Sasuke. Naruto would tell Sai to back off and that he has to do this. Kaori would then begin punching Naruto in the face. As she throws the first punch and it slams into Naruto's face, suddenly her hand feels immense pain as Naruto stands there like a steel wall, not taking any damage from it. As Naruto stands there, his actual physical strength in general is so strong that Kaori's punches are basically injuring herself. As she punches harder and harder and faster, Naruto doesn't even have a scratch on him as he just stares at her blankly. As she steps back and her hands are red and covered with sores and blisters. She sighs and breathes out that she's still angry and that didn't really do anything besides hurt a lot. Naruto decides he has to follow them and find Sasuke before they can kill him. Naruto would tell Kakashi and Yamato Sensei, asking if they could perhaps come with him in case the Nine-Tails freaks out while he's out there, not wanting to cause any destruction. They would eventually agree to this as Naruto would then head out, wearing the same white cloak that he had in the original. As they all headed out, none of the rest of the people in the village would know where Naruto had went, and Naruto would be on his way. Danzo and his two guards would also have left by now as they were heading towards the Five Kage summit. As Naruto continues following the team, Danzo would eventually make it towards the summit, where we would then see our favorite band of heroes, or anti-heroes, Sasuke Uchiha and Team Tak, or Team Heavy, whichever you prefer. Sasuke has now unlocked his Mangekyo Sharingan, and his pure Mangekyo Sharingan without the sins attached is much easier for him to control. His voice has gone back to normal as well, so the rest of Team Heavy isn't freaked out by him anymore. Sasuke would tell them to get over it, and that they're ready to get into this, right? They all nod as they all begin to hop inside the building and sneak past the guards in the Land of Iron, preparing to get ready to assassinate the Hokage. Naruto and the rest of the team had now caught up with the Raikage as Naruto stands there before him and is begging him, literally on the ground on his knees, begging him to stop the hit on Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto would do this as the Raikage continues to walk forward, as he walks past Naruto telling him that begging isn't the way to get what you want in this shinobi world. Naruto would turn back as he then sees that he's not going to listen to him. Naruto would stay there lying in the snow for a while as the team from the Cloud Village had now left. Kakashi and Yamato would take Naruto back to the inn as he sits there feeling defeated. As they lay there for a while, they decide they didn't need to head back to the village soon. Back at the Leaf Village, we see Sakura sitting there as Sai tells her what Naruto's been through and what he's done for her sake due to that promise that she forced him under, that request that he still hasn't let go of. Naruto feels guilty for not having saved Sasuke for you, and I think it's all of our jobs to try and take Sasuke out so that both of you are free from this pain. Sai would say. Sakura would meet up with the rest of the Konoha 11 as they decide what they're going to do. Everyone agrees they need to take out Sasuke Uchiha without Naruto's assistance, as he can't handle everything on his own. They would decide to head out that day, as Lee, Kiba, and Sakura would be heading out with Sai. As the team heads out, they decide that they'll head to the Land of Iron first, as Sakura needs to tell Naruto what they're going to do. After many, many hours of walking and running at a fast pace, they would eventually meet up as they see a village, and they can, with Kiba's sense of smell Naruto's scent. As they get down to the village, they would see that Naruto, Kakashi, and Yamato would all be standing there, preparing to go inside a restaurant. Sakura will be running up as Naruto turns and says, "Oh, hey Sakura," as well as Kakashi and Yamato who are standing there. Sakura would be just about to tell him what they had decided on doing. Naruto, I just wanted to tell you that she stops as she thinks about what she was going to say. She tells Naruto that, Naruto, I love you. Naruto would be visibly confused as he has no idea where this is coming from or what is she talking about. She would then have that same awkward moment with Naruto that happened in the original, where Naruto then says that she's lying and that he wonders what this is really about. Sakura would get all pissed off and then rush off as she decides that she can't tell him about it until she kills Sasuke herself. Naruto would then be still confused and have no idea what was happening, as Sakura would then use the sleep-inducing powder, as Sakura decides to apply it to her team, as she throws it down, covering herself with the antidote. Sai, who left his clone, would immediately tell Kakashi, Naruto, and Yamato what she was planning on killing Sasuke. This is when Kakashi says he has to head out to go and save his students, as well as to finish off what he should have finished long ago. Naruto would want to come with, but Yamato would insist that he does not, as he doesn't want him to cause any more trouble or have the Nine Tails get released. They would agree as Naruto lays there, not believing what had really happened, that Sasuke could have actually done something like that. That Sasuke would have actually kidnapped that person. He had thought it had all been a mistake, as Naruto feels an immense heartache. After a while, Naruto decides he has to go and find Sasuke. As he begins to use the shadow clones, he digs through the floor and escapes out of the inn, with Yamato being distracted. This is where we see now Sasuke Uchiha fighting Danzo Shimura. Die! Die! You stupid old man! For Itachi! You sent him to kill my entire clan, and you can't bear more pain? Pathetic. Sasuke would slice with his Susanoo as he continues to pierce Danzo's body over and over again. Karin would be waiting aside as she can see Danzo's chakra disappearing and reappearing. What is this? The Izanagi jutsu would be still in effect as Sasuke continues to fight Danzo at full strength, him losing some of his vision as his vision's actually going blurry. Finally, after a decisive blow of slicing Danzo in half, again, Danzo's running out of eyes to use with Izanagi, as Madara, or Obito Uchiha, is standing there watching in glee as he sees Danzo's struggle against Sasuke. Sasuke would finish off Danzo, as Danzo's ready to self-implode, and just as he's about to, Madara would use his teleportation jutsu, Kamui, in order to evade the blast, while Sasuke would get out of the blast radius just in time. Kaori would have been stabbed through the heart with a Chidori blade at this point, and she was laying there in pain on the side, as Sasuke was about to finish her off. Sakura suddenly comes out of the woodwork as she walks across the bridge, asking if that's really Sasuke. Sasuke would turn and ask what Sakura's doing there, as Karin would wonder if this person was on Sasuke's team before. Sakura would ask what's he doing to that girl, as she sees that Karin is bleeding. Sasuke would then smile as he says that Sakura can use medical ninjutsu, right? And she would nod. She then tells Sasuke that she'd come to try and join him, and he said that's fine, but if she wants to, she'll have to kill this woman. Sakura prepares to do so as she begins to walk over to kill Kaori. Just as she's about to do it, as she holds the kunai, suddenly Sasuke appears behind her with a Chidori in hand, ready to kill Sakura permanently. Suddenly Kakashi comes out of nowhere, kicking Sasuke out of the way as he throws Sakura aside, telling her to get out of here with that girl. As Sakura pick up Kaori and they'd run. This is when Kakashi and Sasuke would begin their battle. Kakashi, with that borrowed Sharingan from my clan, you dare attack me? Sasuke would say. Kakashi would say that he seems weaker than what Naruto had told him, as if Naruto couldn't handle him back then, what could Sasuke be a threat to him now? Sasuke would grit his teeth and tell him he's wrong, and that he doesn't need that anymore, as he makes his Susanoo and begins to form a jutsu. As he tries to slice with his blade towards Kakashi, Kakashi would dive out of the way easily. Sasuke would then use a fireball jutsu as he blasted towards Kakashi, not giving him time to use a substitution. Kakashi would be forced to use his Mangekyo Sharingan power Kamui as he teleports the fireball away into the Kamui dimension. Sasuke would then rush towards Kakashi as they begin battling over each other, fighting in taijutsu as Kakashi dives under Sasuke's legs and kicks upwards, sending him to the air, when Sasuke uses a spin and pulls his blade out, slicing at Kakashi's mask. Kakashi would jump back as he realized that Sasuke has real battle experience now. This is at the point when Sasuke then sees Sakura is about to try and jump into the fight. Kakashi was too far away. There's no way he can save Sakura, as he sees the Chidori right about to pierce into Sakura. Suddenly, everyone in the valley sees a flash of electricity and light, as suddenly Naruto appears, covered in a full lightning armor and Rasengan activated in both eyes, as he grabs Sakura and pulls her out of the way, turning back to lock eyes with Sasuke. Sasuke meeting with the Rasengan that Naruto possesses. Naruto would put Sakura on the water and tell her to get out of here, as he can handle Sasuke. Sasuke would grit his teeth as he looks at Naruto, telling him that this isn't going to work out this way, and that he's going to defeat him and kill him for sure. Kakashi would now be on the same side as Naruto and Sakura, confronting against Sasuke. As Sasuke and Naruto begin to attack each other, Naruto activates his Ion Sphere as he begins rushing towards Sasuke. Sasuke, I won't let you go down this dark path anymore. I'm bringing you back, no matter what. Sasuke then screams as he creates his Onyx Chidori that he doesn't want to go back. Doesn't he understand? As he then rushes towards Naruto. The Onyx Chidori and the Ion Sphere clash as they smash together, creating a large explosion, sending Sasuke flying back along with Naruto. Sasuke, I'm not going to let you do what you want anymore. You can't just go around and kidnap people, kill people, and do anything. That's not how the world works, and you know it. Sasuke would laugh, telling him the world works the way he wants it to, and that he's going to do whatever he wants for however long he wants. And in fact, his next goal is he's going to kill the entire Leaf Village, including you. He points at Naruto. Naruto would look at him with his eyes as the blue meets red. Naruto's Rasengan grow darker as he tells him that he's a fool. Suddenly, thunder would clap over the valley as it begins to rain. Madara would appear, knowing that Naruto could easily defeat Sasuke right now, and that with Naruto's abilities, which he's aware of due to the original Madara having similar ones, he decides that Sasuke should get out of there. Sasuke and Naruto, before they leave, Naruto then tells Sasuke something. Sasuke, you told me once a long time ago that when you become an elite shinobi of a higher tier, you can almost read your opponent's mind. Well, Sasuke, can you do it? Can you read my mind? Naruto would look into Sasuke's eyes. Sasuke would look back in a cold defiance. As they lock eyes for a while, Naruto would then say that, then you know that if we fight, I'll do everything in my power to kill you, even if I have to sacrifice myself. Naruto's electrical armor that he has formed around him using his chakra control begins to fade as he deactivates the jutsu. Naruto's Rasengan fades as they go back to his normal blue eyes. He then tells Sasuke before he leaves that he'll see him again, and when they do, he will defeat him. Sasuke disappears with the Kamui as Madara takes him back to the lair of the Akatsuki. Sasuke would curse himself as he thinks that Naruto's still stronger than him, and that he needs the Sin power back. This is when we would then have Obito intervene. Not necessarily. Madara, can you give me Itachi's eyes? I want the surgery, so I can become stronger. Now let my brother's eyes become my own. As the surgery with which Obito is monitoring over Sasuke begins. Naruto would feel exhausted after seeing that everything about Sasuke was true, as he heads back, with Yamato now finding him and catching him in a wooden cage. Naruto would break out of the cage as he slams his fist into it, breaking up just brute strength and walking out, telling Yamato to chill out. Yamato would be pissed off and telling him that he really used a shadow clone on him for 3 hours. He then would apologize, telling Yamato that it was all part of the plan. Kakashi would say that if it wasn't for Naruto, Sakura would be dead right now. Sakura would be horrified, thinking that she failed again. How did she fail? She said she was going to kill Sasuke, and he's still alive. Naruto and Sasuke now have an even deeper bond, and Naruto would tell Sakura that even if she revokes that promise that she had given him long ago, it's not about that anymore. Naruto still wants to save Sasuke, because Sasuke is his friend. This is when the team would head back, as they now discovered that Danzo, the Hokage, had been killed. Now that the Kage had been killed, the current Hokage, as they get back, they would find that Lady Tsunade had woken up. With a no Kage in sight, they are preparing to turn Kakashi into the 6th Hokage. They return to find that Tsunade is completely awake, They are relieved as Kakashi really didn't want to deal with that right now. As the team has now returned to the Leaf Village for the time being, it's been heard from the Five Kage Summit that war will be upon every village, with Tsunade now having to meet up and send message to the Raikage, now them having a plan of having the 8 Tails and 9 Tails Jinchurikis hidden together as they train. Naruto would be interested in this mission that he's being sent on, as Tsunade would tell him that he's being sent to an island. Naruto would be happy thinking he's finally getting to go on a vacation, thanking Granny Tsunade for the resort vacation. She would tell Naruto that this is an S-rank mission, and that he'd better do his best out there, and it's not some paradise island. Naruto would sigh visibly out loud, as he complains that he just wanted a little break, saying that he's already had 2 big fights in a row. He then decides that whatever, and he'll go on it anyway, as he begins to head out. Killer Bee, the 8 Tails, would already be on the island, as he had been sent there by his brother, the Raikage, who had found and helped him kill Kisame after a while. Now Sameharu is on his back with Kisame hidden inside. As everyone begins to head towards the island, with Yamato, Might Guy, and Naruto being the main from the Leaf Village, they meet up as they get to the island where Naruto would meet the great octopus, the 8 Tails. Naruto would be amazed of his power, as he decides that he can help take out the squid too. Naruto would create the Ion Shuriken as he throws it towards the octopus-looking creature, the squid. Naruto would see as the squid is completely hit by the Ion Shuriken that it's beginning to dissolve, with Gyuki, being the 8 Tails, having actually taken it out along with him. Now, the 8 Tails, as well as the Jinchuriki of it B, is rather interested in Naruto seeing his electrical power, similar to that of his brother, as well as himself. Naruto would get into the island, as he lays down and thinks about what happened after he got back to the Leaf Village from the Land of Iron. Naruto would remember the time that he had been sent back to the Draconic Mountain, which had been a volcano. Naruto would have been reverse summoned there by the Elder Dragon, as he had been sent something from the Toads. The Dragon would say to Naruto,
"Young Naruto, this message has been sent to me from one of the people of Mount Myoboku. I believe it might be sent for you for some sort of purpose. Take it and do with it as you will."
Naruto would take his hand and print it on the paper, as the frog would then leap into Naruto's mouth and put the seal inside of him. Naruto would then be reverse summoned back to the Leaf Village before he would then be sent to go on the Paradise Island. Naruto would beg Killer Bee to train him, and after he says no after a while, Naruto would sigh and then go off to see if there's anyone else who would help train him in how to master his tailed beasts like that. This is when he would be taken to the Waterfall of Truth, and Naruto would sit there as he sits on the rock, waiting as he waits for the waterfall. Naruto closes his eyes, feeling the nature energy around him, when suddenly a disturbance opens in front of him, and he can see the waterfall opening as some person is coming out from behind it. Naruto sees a fractured glass mirror behind the waterfall, as he looks into it and sees a person step out of it, that being himself with cracks all over him, some of the cracks shards being black and the others being golden. This version of Naruto would be frowning as it looks at itself. "Hello, me. I didn't think I could actually manifest here. How interesting." Naruto would ask what he's talking about, as then this demon seemingly version of himself would then walk forwards to Naruto, telling him that he is him, and that he's a part of himself that he tries to hide away, the feelings that you can't store inside. When you snap, that rage that, the 9 Tails and I have been culminating for a long time together. Naruto would look at this version of himself in horror, as he then says, "Oh yeah? Well then if you want to fight about it, just come at me. I know every move you know, I know every move you'll take, I know everything about you, Naruto, because I am you." This version of Naruto would then power up into its Rasengan form along with its lightning armor, and Naruto would do the same. However, the opposite version of Naruto would have red Rasengan as it rushes towards Naruto. Red lightning versus blue lightning would clash, as Naruto rushes forward and creates an ion sphere, slamming it into his other self, along with his other self slamming an ion sphere into Naruto. They would go on like this for seemingly hours. They continue battling, not one of them giving up to the other or running out of stamina. Naruto would be breathing extremely heavily as he goes into Dragon Sage mode, telling him that that's not going to work, as he then rushes towards this other self, who's now into his Red Dragon Sage mode. As they rush towards each other, the fight becomes more vigorous until eventually Naruto can't hold it anymore and he wakes up, opening his eyes and gasping for air. Naruto would eventually go and hear about the story of what happened between B and his friend, and he would try it again, as he gives this version of himself the Takano Jutsu. He would tell Naruto, this version of himself, that back then that he had been all he needed, but now he had friends and people who believed in him, and that together they'd made that dream come true. And so he can rest now, as Naruto gives his other self a hug, who cries as he disappears and fades away. Naruto would wake up and he'd feel at peace, as he turns around and smiles, and they nod, telling them that Naruto had passed. Naruto would walk into the waterfall as he walks behind it, along with Killer B now seeing that there was a room that had seemingly the head of the Eight Tails above it. Naruto would walk into it and see a mask, which he had to stick his head into, and if he didn't get his head bit off, then that means that he has his pure heart, which means that he had defeated the Waterfall of Truth. Naruto would do this as he sticks his head in and sees a switch back there. Naruto would play a prank on Yamato as he pulls his head back to see that Naruto is decapitated. Yamato would be in horror for a second before Naruto pulls his shirt up and laughs as his head pops out of his jacket. Yamato would then not be scared as he then tells Naruto that wasn't funny at all. Naruto then says there was a switch back there he had to press when suddenly a door opens. This is when B and Naruto would get back into the area. Ya fool, you got to go and defeat your beast before you gotta make it, 'cause it's a breeze. Naruto would be confused about the rapping, but as he walks into the room, he then sees it's a white void. He would then sit down as B instructs him to and tells him to dive into the seal of his tailed beast, as he would be in there to help him out as well. However, he won't be as strong as the Kyuubi in there. Naruto would fold his hands together as he sits there and breathes in deep breaths. Naruto would awaken as he sees himself inside the seal of the Kyuubi, now with having a different lock on it now that he had the seal access to it. As Naruto walks up to the seal, he grips himself on his stomach area where the seal is and twists, opening the gate. The Kyuubi would roar and menace.
Naruto! Naruto!
Alright, you dumb old fox, it's time that you give the chakra that your rents due. Naruto would power up into his god forms, along with the demigod chakra he has, and rush towards the Kyuubi, activating the Ion Shuriken, throwing it at the Kyuubi, sending it flying back, as Naruto is actually winning against the Kyuubi. Naruto would then attach his chakra to the Kyuubi's and begin to pull, trying to pull the chakra of the Kyuubi out. Yuki's arm would come around and begin to grab the Nine Tails and hold it still so that the chakra can be pulled out perfectly. The Kyuubi's rage would be too much for Naruto to handle on his own, as he begins pulling back on Naruto and pull his chakra towards him. Naruto would roar in anguish as he suddenly feels chains begin to pop out of his skin as they go flying towards the Kyuubi and surround it, locking it in place. Suddenly Naruto wakes up to see a beautiful woman with red hair. Naruto would ask and wonder what this is, as he then guesses that that's the true form of the Kyuubi. This is when Kushina would be enraged and slam Naruto on the head with her fist, telling him that she's not the Kyuubi, and that she, well, of course some other would know her own son's name. Naruto would cry for a second as he realizes who this is. Kushina, which is actually the reincarnation of Lady Amaterasu, if you guys don't know that. Naruto would immediately lean in for a hug as he hugs his mother, telling her that he's always wanted to meet her, and then tells her that his dad told him a lot about what happened, and Kushina would begin to go into about how her and Minato had met. Minato was always different, even as a child. He was stronger than anyone I ever knew, and he always seemed to find a way to pull the save off or save the day. He was incredible. He even mastered the Flying Thunder God technique, which was said to use such a high amount of chakra it was impossible. She then says this, she blushes thinking of Minato's skills. She then tells Naruto that he's got his dad's hair but her face, and she's sorry about that. Naruto says he wishes that he had her hair too, as he thinks it's awesome. Kushina would then say that he's only the second person to compliment her hair, as Naruto would wonder why. Kushina and Naruto would talk for a long time, as Naruto asked a lot of questions about his dad, as well as her and how they'd met. Naruto would learn more about what had happened before he had been becoming a Jinchuriki. When Naruto had been born, Suddenly, this man had come and tried to take him away, as well as take the Nine Tails. She explained how Madara Uchiha, seemingly, from what Naruto could pick up, is the one who had killed his father and his mother, and used the Nine Tails against them in the Leaf Village. Naruto would learn all of this as she then tells Naruto to first they have to pull the Nine Tails chakra out, and then they can talk after that. Naruto would feel an intense determination as he begins pulling with all his might and creates several hundred lightning shadow clones, which all go rushing towards Kurama. As he goes running towards the Nine Tails, they all begin to form ion spheres, as they begin to grow them larger into super ion spheres, as they smash them into the Kyuubi, disorientating it and throwing it back. Naruto absorbs the Nine Tails' power and quickly goes into KCM State 1, which he finds amazing. Naruto has a flashback to when he had been in complete perfect control over his power against Hades down in the underworld. Naruto's eyes would light up as he realized that this was the power that he had used. The Kyuubi had given him at least half of his chakra. That was incredible. He then locks the seal up and tells the Kyuubi thanks for helping him back then, as Kurama falls back to sleep. Naruto would then go back into the room where he sees his mother, and they continue to talk. Kushina said that she's so happy she got to see him all grown up, and that her and Minato are both so proud of him. Naruto would smile and nod, laughing, telling his mom that, well, he thinks that he'll be fine, and that he's made lots of friends, as well as that he'll try to eat more of foods besides ramen, and he gets plenty of sleep too, maybe a little too much. Naruto would say this as his mother says thank you for being their child, as she disappears into the wind as light. Naruto would wake up as he then stands up and realizes that he's actually done it. This is when he powers into his Kyuubi KCM state and senses that the chakra on the back of Killer B is actually another living form. He can sense the hatred coming off of it. He then tells Killer B that Kisame is still inside Samahara or some other living thing, as he then throws Samahara off to show that Kisame had been forcing it to let it stay inside of him. As Kisame pulls himself out and tries to escape the room, Naruto would instantly teleport forward, smashing into Kisame, making him cough blood. Naruto's speed enhancement is so great that Naruto can't even control that power at that point. Naruto feels faster than he's ever been, seemingly teleporting. As Naruto then would stop as he has to get his foot pulled out of the ground by Yamato, Kisame would then be chased after as now Killer B goes after him. Naruto would then, along with Yamato, eventually escape to find that Kisame was fighting against now the rest of the team of Guy who had been outside the waterfall, along with Killer B and Naruto. Naruto would then, in this time, take his opportunity to finish off Kisame, as he tells them that they can't let him escape. Kisame tries to escape using that water technique, as he pulls himself out and gets into the sea using his shark summoning jutsu. As this happens, Guy would, using his Gates form, eventually go after Kisame as they get into it. The battle will continue as Kisame eventually runs out of power and can't seem to handle against the two Jinchurikis, as Kisame then falls out and dies. Naruto and Killer B would be relaxing when suddenly they would eventually figure out what's going on. Naruto and Killer B would figure out that they've been sent to this island as a ploy to keep them away from the real fight. The allied Shinobi forces were now fighting on the front lines, as the battle had begun with the Edo Tensei army that Kabuto and Obito or Madara Uchiha had summoned together to now defeat them. Now, Naruto and Kisame began their escape, as they fought off the ninja who were supposed to keep them there and began to head towards the battle. When the Edo Tensei had been formed, the souls that had been pulled out of Hades' realm, the underworld, had caused him an uproar. Now, the gods were in disarray, as they began to go down to Earth for a large fight. Battle of the Gods, Naruto edition, here we come. After Naruto and Killer B escape, eventually they would run into Nagato and Itachi, who were trying to break out of the control that Kabuto had them under. They begin to fight as Naruto counters their attacks using his own abilities of the Rasengan. Naruto would use the Rasengan to pull everything back, as he then shoots lightning at them and forces them away. After a while, Itachi and Nagato say their goodbyes, as Naruto and Killer B finish them off, saying goodbye for the final time. Naruto would then head to the battlefield, as him and Killer B would eventually confront and see Tsunade as well as the Raikage, as they tell them that they have to head back and leave before they get caught by the Akatsuki, saying that they're too important to die. Naruto would tell them that that doesn't matter, and that he has to be there to save them, and that that's his job, and that if he isn't part of the battle, then there's no point of him even being called a weapon anyway. Naruto and Killer Bee both agree on this as they tell them that they're going to pass through here. Naruto would power up into his Jinchuriki lightning mode state for the first time, as KCM flows over the lightning mode and creates his lightning, causing it to glow yellow. As Naruto's entire body is covered with the lightning armor, mixed with the blue Rasengan striking out of his KCM mode. Naruto would instantly outblitz the Raikage without any trouble at all, teleporting past him and telling him to get out of his way. Naruto would walk forward, just like the Raikage had done to him back in the Land of Iron, telling him that there's no way he can stop him. This is when Killer Bee would join Naruto as they walk away, with the Raikage being shocked at how fast Naruto is now, basically teleporting past him before he could even blink. That's impossible. His lightning cloak should be faster than any jutsu. Besides, he thinks back to seeing the fourth Hokage and his lightning style and the Flying Thunder God. He turns around to see that this is really the son of the fourth Hokage. Tsunade would then tell them to good luck as they go on their way. Naruto would quickly create some lightning shadow clones as they head out over the battlefields. Naruto himself would head towards Gaara because he can sense the power and villainous aura of another demigod. He doesn't know who it is exactly, but he can also sense Blaze's chakra there as well. Naruto sends his lightning shadow clone to go help Hinata, as well as Kiba and the rest of the teams fighting off the Zetsu, as Naruto rushes towards the Battle of Madara. As Naruto makes it to the Battle of Madara, he sees stuff that no one else is seeing besides him, Madara, and Blaze. The gods are fighting. Gods from every pantheon across the world are battling against each other on different sides. Some on the sides of Kabuto and Madara, which would be part of the Dark Denizens, such as Hades trying to help his son, thinking that it's rude that they're trying to disrupt them, as well as take his souls back and get this over with. He then sees that Zeus, as well as the other pantheon gods, are fighting against them as well. Naruto would see the gods clashing, and their power and chakra was so great it caused the very earth to shake. Madara would see Naruto and Blaze and instantly pick them out of the crowd. He would then tell them that they should have a battle as demigods so their fathers can watch them fight. Naruto would ask what he means, when Madara would tell him that he's the son of Hades, which means that technically Naruto is his cousin. Naruto tells him to get out of here, as he's going to defeat him powering up into his Jinchuriki mode, along with the lightning style, armor style, and Rasengan. Blaze now powers up to his maximum form, as he uses the Phoenix Cloak, causing an actual aura of red flame to sprout across him. He flies forward as a burst of flame comes behind him, hearing a squawking sound of a beautiful, majestic creature. He then creates a flame talon that he slices at Madara. Blaze is then kicked back by Madara, who goes flying back into the dirt. This is when Madara tells them that if they can catch this, then they truly are half-gods. He begins to form it, as he creates the two meteors and drops them out of the sky. The first meteor begins to come down as Naruto senses it, and tells Blaze that they can handle this. As Naruto rushes forward, the 5 Kage join them, as Naruto powers up to his maximum strength. Naruto charges up his lightning until he can create it, and he forms his armor into the highest possible strength he can. He jumps forward as a burst of a crater of dirt comes from the ground, and he goes smashing into the crater, lifting it off as it doesn't hit the ground. Naruto holds it the first one all by himself, as Onoki joins him along with the rest of the Kage and Blaze. They then tell him they need to send it back, as Blaze and Naruto begin charging their divine chakra. Naruto would create the Ion Sphere as he begins to devour, using the black hole-like properties of it, and turn the rock into dust. Madara says that's not going to be so easy. What about the second one? Naruto looks up in horror as suddenly the second rock from the sky begins to fall. Naruto would tell him that he needs to get down, as asks if they can hold it for just a little bit longer. Naruto jumps down and begins to form it, the Ion Shuriken, as he charges the most chakra he's ever charged into it before, causing the largest Ion Shuriken he's ever made. He quickly goes into Dragon Sage mode to give him even more power from nature energy, as he then spins and chucks this absolutely monstrously sized Ion Shuriken. As he throws it, it begins to slice into the boulder, as it slices both of the large meteors directly in half, and then creating an explosion across the sky. The gods see this explosion as it rams into their battle, them fighting in the heavens, and see Naruto's attack. Zeus would see them about to strike his son down, as Zeus would run and jump in the way, using his own lightning style to block and attack them further. Naruto and Blaze would go on the offensive as they go against Madara, fighting even harder. Madara would be forced to go into taijutsu as his Sharingan are active in 3 Tomoe form. He then uses his power of Dark Hades and summons Limbo clones, which he has the ability to now, as him being the son of one of the 3. Naruto would sense this using his ability to sense hate of being the Jinchuriki, and would try and attack them using his normal chakra. This fails, and Naruto has to use Divine Chakra, which he covers and coats his lightning style in, making it more pure. Blaze uses a flamethrower, and as Madara tries to use the Majestic Dragon Flame on the allied Shinobi forces, Blaze comes back and uses his own Majestic Flame. Majestic Flame of the Phoenix. Phoenix Breath. He would breathe out a blast of Phoenix Flame as the flame goes charging into Madara's, clashing against it in a storm of fire and wind. Naruto would go clashing against Madara in a taijutsu bout as the two are teleporting over the battlefield with a trail of dark and blue energy along with yellow mixed in, clashing against each other. Naruto would punch Madara Uchiha, who would easily regenerate being an Edo Tensei, and who would headbutt Naruto back, causing him to go flying into the dirt. Gaara would create a sand pillow that catches Naruto and sends him back like a slingshot. Naruto would go rushing in as he creates a Rasengan, smashes into Madara, causing him to go flying apart, as he quickly then reanimates and goes back together again. Madara would then be summoned back by Obito Uchiha, who would tell him that they need to get out of there. As Obito uses his own style of Kamui to pull Madara away, him now having the Rinnegan of Nagato. Now that this is the case, Madara and Obito regain their power as they head back to begin the sealing, as well as try and get the power of the Ten Tails. Just as they're about to leave, suddenly Obito uses Kamui as he looks up to see Zeus. No way. Naruto realizes, as Blaze also can see, that he can see the battle as well. Using the Rinnegan, he's able to see the battle occurring in the heavens as he grabs inside of Zeus's power and rips the other half of the Jinchuriki out. Zeus falls down in battle for a second when the other gods go to protect him, as Zeus turns away to see the power of half of his Jinchuriki form being ripped out of him. Immediately, the gods, who now have no pillar of their own, begin to fall as they head back down to Earth. So the gods suddenly form as Miyato, the 4th Hokage, forms in full power. The gods begin clashing on the battlefield as the rest of the allied Shinobi forces have to escape the actual disaster occurring before them. As Naruto runs away, he would then meet up with the rest of his clones as he deactivates them, having defeated the opponents in the other areas. A shadow clone of Naruto as well as Killer Bee would be heading towards to find where Tobi was, seeing he now had one of the Rinnegan of Nagato, giving him the 6 past powers. He had regenerated the rest of the Jinchuriki. Now Naruto was helping to free them. Son Goku, the Four Tails, would tell Naruto that he needs to free them now, and that they would like to get out of these bodies. Naruto would pull out the black chakra receivers and free the tailed beasts from their control. This is when now Obito, Tobi, and Madara would escape as they meet up together to decide what next they should do in battle. Meanwhile, Sasuke would meet up with Itachi, who had now broken out of the control of Kabuto. A reincarnated version of Itachi would meet up with Sasuke as they decided to go and take Kabuto out and stop his army. As they eventually meet up to go and find where Kabuto was, they used their mental genjutsu together to find and destroy him. As now, Kabuto was being attacked by every single side, with Sasuke using his Mangekyo Sharingan as well as Itachi using his own powers of genjutsu. Now that Kabuto has been forced to deactivate his army, Kabuto would then be defeated swiftly by the 2 Uchiha brothers. Speaking of brothers, the Gold and Silver brothers, which he had also reincarnated with using the Edo Tensei, would then have their Kyuubi chakra, which they had stored hundreds of years ago, taken from them by Tobi. Using that as well as a tentacle from the 8 Tails, they would begin re-emerging as the statue of the 10 Tails would begin to move, now having power from all tailed beasts. The statue of the 10 Tails begins to form as now Obito, being revealed by Kakashi using his Kamui, realizing that this is his old friend, now jumps on the head of the 10 Tails along with Madara to control it. Now that this is taking place, Naruto would then eventually be heading to the battlefield to try and barrage them and take them out. This is when Naruto had learned the name of Kurama and access into KCM Mode 2. With a golden cloak around him, Naruto's power has reached into the realm of the gods, as the gods are still clashing. With now Orochimaru being revived by Sasuke, he then uses Orochimaru's Edo Tensei technique to revive the 4 Hokage and seek their counsel on which side of the battle he should join. Sasuke would be convinced by the 3 of the 4 Kage, the 4th Hokage not being able to be summoned for some reason. all convince him that he should join the side to protect Konoha. Sasuke would agree with them and head to the battlefield, along with them to go and defeat the Ten Tails. Sasuke would go there and he would see Naruto in his glory, with full QB mode activated, along with his lightning armor and Rasengan, countering against the Ten Tails. Sasuke would eventually go into his full Susanoo state, as he would then begin to battle against Obito and Madara Uchiha. Naruto had shared the power of the Nine Tails with everyone in the allied Shinobi forces, who were now covered in a red cloak of chakra from the one-tailed Kyuubi state. Naruto then would yell, "Let's do this," as they all run to battle screaming. As they all run towards the battle, Naruto running with their arms behind them, Naruto would go rushing alongside as Sasuke, him, and Sakura meet up for the first time on the same side in years, as they all summon their summoning jutsu, with Naruto summoning the Elder Dragon, as well as now Sasuke summoning the bird, the hawk, as well as with Sakura summoning the slug. Forward head towards the Ten Tails, so they decide that they need to defeat this and get this over with now. Obito would take in the Ten Tails and become the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, as Madara tries to kill him and take the Ten Tails power for himself. Obito would be taken over by Black Zetsu as he's forced to use the Heavenly Technique, which causes the Ten Tails to begin to form into the tree. This is when Madara would eventually become the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, and would begin to battle against Naruto in the Kurama avatar state, covered with the lightning armor over it. Sasuke would then use his own Susanoo state and become merge of Naruto's Kurama form, as they grow into the large armored Kurama with lightning styles surrounding it as well. Naruto would be kicked away by Madara, as him and Sasuke are badly injured from his attacks, the Ten Tails Jinchuriki being too strong for even Naruto to handle, as now Madara, being a demigod and a Jinchuriki, was far stronger than he could have possibly imagined. Sasuke and Naruto go down in the battle as they pass out, with Sakura trying to save them. Kabuto would do his best to help Sasuke recover as well, when suddenly, both of them being on the brink of death, Naruto would see something. This is when we finally see him, Hagoromo, the Sage of the Six Paths. Hagoromo would begin to explain some very important information to the two, as they're both in the same room and can see each other. "You two are the reincarnations of my sons, Ashura and Indra. You see, long ago, my son, Indra, had gone off on a mountainside after my mother had been sealed away by me and my brother. You see, as he had left, he had met some sort of creature, a dark creature, which had given him something called the sins. These sins would begin to grow from the hatred of the people in the village, and would become stronger and stronger, until eventually the power he had gained would unlock his Sharingan. My son Indra," he looks to Sasuke, "is the reason that he had to leave the village, because the sins had overtaken him and his power." Naruto would stand there wondering, "And my second son Ashura, as you are now the reincarnation of Ashura, it seems that you've actually gained some other unique traits as well, being the son of someone of a higher status than even I." Naruto would then learn all about the Otsutsuki and the gods. "You see, Ashura, or Naruto, I suppose now, the Otsutsuki were created by the gods, like your father and Madara's father. You can see that the abilities that they have are supernatural even. They control the universe as well as every chakra flow within it, and us Otsutsuki were sent out and created by them to gather chakra for them to use in their daily lives. But we had been long forgotten long ago, and had sought our own purpose then, as we began to grow chakra trees and use the chakra to grow our own power. Naruto and Sasuke, both of you have shown me that you deserve this power, and that now that you can use this, I'll split it between the both of you equally." He would take his hands and hold them on his two sons' reincarnations' hands, when suddenly the power would flow through them. Naruto would unlock his sage powers of the Six Paths style, along with his QB mode, while, on the other hand, Sasuke had unlocked the Rinnegan, the Six Tomoe Rinnegan. Now, the two of them being too strong for Madara to handle, he would have to escape. As Naruto and Sasuke come onto the battlefield, with him using the Kamui to escape and take the second Rinnegan. He heals Kakashi's eye using his power, and now Naruto and Sasuke together can go and take out Madara and finish this war for good. When Madara returns, Naruto and Sasuke are going on the offensive, attacking non-stop, punch after punch, attack after attack, Bijou bomb after Bijou bomb. Each jutsu getting stronger than the last as they form together into their largest Kurama avatar, along with the Susanoo protecting them. As Naruto and as well as Sasuke would fight Madara at their hardest, Naruto would create the Rasengan Ion Shuriken, along connected with it using all the power from the tailed beast that he had collected. Into this large Rasen Shuriken, along mixed with the Ion Sphere, Sasuke would add his own Indra's Arrow, Black Flame Amaterasu style, which actually was imperilous to the attack. Naruto would then throw this attack as he blasted towards Madara, who gets completely hit on by it. Madara being completely wiped out now, as Guy would eventually come onto the scene. Guy would see that Madara is basically wiped out, and would not be forced to use the 8th Gates, as he would then fight in the 7th Gate style, surviving the battle without having to die. Madara would take the opportunity with the power he has, and uses the Rinnegan to activate the Infinite Tsukuyomi. Sasuke would use his Rinnegan powers in the Susanoo to protect Naruto, as well as the rest of Team 7. Naruto would look through the actual Infinite Tsukuyomi and see the red light flowing around him, seeing his friends be taken in by it. Now, everyone falls into their dreams, as the rest of the Team 7 would wake up as they open up their eyes and see the Susanoo gone. They turn around to see Madara Uchiha, as Black Zetsu stands behind him, piercing him through the chest and killing him. Zetsu takes over Madara's body and summons Kaguya, and Kaguya sees her two sons inside of Naruto and Sasuke. When she sees how Hagoromo and Hamura look like kind of similar to Naruto and Sasuke, she cries a tear as the battle begins. Naruto and Sasuke are too much to handle on their own. Kaguya can't deal with this as Naruto's speed is absolutely insane. Naruto basically is blitzing around using lightning style and slashing at her sides, while Kaguya tries to defend using her own wood ash style, with now Sasuke going in on the attack using Amaterasu. She's forced to summon them into different dimensions to fight them off, while Naruto is still able to handle Kaguya. After Obito and Kakashi then are summoned into this separate realm where Naruto and Sasuke are there, she's about to finish them off as she sends 2 shots towards them. Sasuke as well would then see as Obito and Kakashi jump in front of Naruto and Sasuke, protecting them. As the 2 jump in front of them to take their lives, Obito would use his Kamui to delete and take away the one that was about to hit Kakashi, as he takes in the other one and dies, saving Naruto. Naruto would pull himself up to the gravity field, telling him that and asking if he's all right, looking to see how Kaguya is, how she did that. Naruto feels enraged as his Rasengan begin to flow and activate even more. Naruto would then tap into the power of the Rasengan, which he had never done so before, as he uses its true ability, true transformation style. Naruto would transfer his entire body into electricity as he goes blitzing towards Kaguya, slamming into her like a spear and shooting directly through her body, piercing through her. Sasuke and as well as Sakura begin to battle against Kaguya, as the iconic scene of all 3 of them punching her in separate spots occurs, with Sakura slamming down her head, while Sasuke goes on the left side and Naruto on the right. Kaguya would eventually perish as Naruto and Sasuke deal the final blow. Sasuke, are you ready? I'm always ready. Naruto would power it up as he begins to form the Ion Sphere. As the Ion Sphere begins to grow larger and larger, he then quickly changes its style and begins to use Bijou Bomb around it, then begins to use the Bijou Bomb as he casts it forward. He uses the Bijou Bomb Ion Shuriken and blasts it forward along with Sasuke's Indra's Arrow mixed with Amaterasu. As the flames begin to spin around Kaguya, Kaguya is completely enveloped by them as she dies and passes on to the next life. As they had now finally defeated Kaguya, they were then summoned back by Hagoromo, as now Madara was sent back to the other world, thanking his father for allowing him to come and battle Hashirama one more time. All the shinobi that were summoned by the Edo Tensei are resent back to the underworld, as the gods return to the heavens and the underworld respectively. Naruto would say goodbye to his father and tell Minato to say hi to his mom for him. Minato would nod and tell Naruto he would, as he touches Naruto's face and tells him he did a great job. Naruto would smile and says he's going to become a great Hokage someday, just like he was dad. Naruto would turn back to see Sasuke looking away, as Hagoromo would then ask if he still is agreed on using that choice. Naruto wouldn't know what he's talking about, as Sasuke would tell Naruto that to meet him at the place. Naruto would know where. Sasuke uses planetary devastation on the tailed beasts that have been released, and now as he uses them and they're sealed, he then tells Naruto to meet him over at the final valley. Naruto would look in terror, as well as wondering why Sasuke wants to do this now. They can stop. Sasuke tells him that it's not over and that he needs to figure this out, as Sasuke disappears as he heads away, Sakura being put under a genjutsu just like the original. Naruto solemnly walks towards the final valley as he thinks about everything that they've been through together till the very end. Naruto would walk onto Hashirama Senju's head as across he sees Madara Uchiha, and above standing upon him is Sasuke, with the nine-tailed beast sealed in the planetary devastation above them. Sasuke would power up to his maximum form and tell Naruto that he is going to win this. Naruto summons his truth-seeking orbs and covers his scythe, which he had now activated at its full power around him. Naruto would use the truth-seeking orb's Chronos Scythe and activate the power inside of it. With Naruto using the time slowdown method, he and Sasuke would rush towards each other. As Sasuke is about to pierce his Chidori towards Naruto, Naruto would slice with his scythe as he tries to cut Sasuke down. Sasuke would dive out of this as he pulls his sword out and slashes at Naruto, both blades intertwining as they go flying off, with Naruto's scythe disappearing off the side of the cliff along with Sasuke's sword. Naruto would rush towards Sasuke as they continue to fight each other at full strength, going at each other. Sasuke summoning the Susanoo and going into his maximum form, while Naruto goes into his Kurama state along with the Rasengan. Using lightning style, the two battle across the land as craters begin to form across the valley, and Naruto and Sasuke go all out. Sasuke comes flying in with a kick as the force of the kick smashes the rock behind Naruto. Naruto turns around and quickly throws 4 punches, and then an uppercut as Sasuke goes flying into the air. Naruto would form the Ion Sphere and smash it into Sasuke, causing his body to twist unexpectedly as he goes flying away. Sasuke would quickly form a Chidori as he goes flying back and slices Naruto, who goes flying into the ground. Now, Naruto would activate his Dragon Sage mode, causing scales to form across his body, glowing even more bright with his Kyuubi Chakra mode cloak. He would then rush forward as he, using his power, smashes into Sasuke head-on, with both of them in the air now flying across. Naruto tells Sasuke, "The air's my territory, Sasuke. Big mistake." Naruto would clap his hands together as clouds begin to form in, and Sasuke tries to use the Kirin Jutsu. As soon as he tries to use his jutsu, Naruto laughs, telling him that's not going to work. As Sasuke throws the Kirin Dragon down on Naruto, Naruto holds his hand up and the dragon stops and begins to swirl around him. Now Naruto controlling the dragon. Naruto then tells him, "I win, and you're going to listen to me, Sasuke. I will bring you back this time for sure." He then blasts the Kirin back towards Sasuke, who is completely enveloped by the dragon, as the two fall into the fat valley below, both almost out of chakra. As the two now have their final attack left. "Are you ready, Sasuke?" Sasuke nods and says that this is the final one. Naruto would then power up the Rasengan, as he would then create his Chidori. The two run towards each other, thinking of everything that they've been through together, from the beginning to this. Naruto, the hero of the Hidden Leaf. From childhood, he had always been different. He felt the sky was his home. He had met up with Blaze Realis at the Chunin exams and found he wasn't alone. He defeated a god, Hades, in the underworld. He couldn't save his best friend, but he's going to do it now. He helped save the Kazekage. He'd saved his village from a tyrant, as well as from the Renegade's power. He'd helped defeat and kill, as well as finally banish the 7 deadly sins from the world. And he defeated Kaguya with his friend. "Sasuke, I won't let you go down like this. You won't die, and I won't become the hero for killing you. You are going to live, and so am I. And I can't really be a hero if I'm the loser who killed his best friend." Naruto would rush towards Sasuke as the blue shine of the Rasengan glows across his face. At this point, Sasuke's red Sharingan had been deactivated back to his black eyes as they rush towards each other with the Chidori in hand. His Chidori is about to pierce into Naruto, with Naruto's Rasengan in hand. They smash both attacks together as a large explosion of light covers the entire final valley. Naruto and Sasuke would wake up hours later, with both of their arms being ripped off and missing, with blood spurting everywhere. Naruto feeling an immense pain. He then turns over to see Sasuke, who then says that Naruto is right, and that they both did survive. They both lay there silently for hours until Sakura eventually comes and heals them, saving them. She gives them both a hug as a new day dawns over the Shinobi world. Sasuke would hold his hand up until Naruto is ready, as they make the sign for Rat, to finally, together, obliterate the infinite Tsukuyomi and free everyone in the world. Naruto and Sasuke would then go and meet up with the others as they head back to the Leaf Village. Sasuke would be put into prison and kept in a cell for several weeks, while Naruto was healed up by Tsunade and had a new arm created for him. Sasuke would deny one and say that he was fine on his own. With Naruto's good deeds during the war, as well as his pull with the other nations, Naruto would tell everyone that Sasuke deserves to be free and that they've made up now and Sasuke won't do anything like that ever again. Sasuke would be walking on the village now and he says goodbye to Sakura. He flicks Sakura in the forehead and tells her that he'll see her again, loser. As Sakura cries as she sees Sasuke walk away. When Sasuke is walking away, he would turn to the left and see Naruto standing leaning against the tree. Naruto would smile as he gives his friend a fist bump, telling him that he'll see him again. Sasuke would smile and say, "You're right. I will see you again when you're the Hokage." Naruto would smile and say, "Yeah, that's right. You will." As the two friends share their final fist bump, and Sasuke walks off into the distance, while Naruto walks back to the Leaf Village. If you guys want to see the movie Naruto The Last for What If Naruto's a Demigod, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below what you thought of this hour part, which is like 6 parts of this What If. Yeah, this is all basically done in 2 days, so I hope you guys liked it. I'm probably going to be taking a small break, but the next video that will be coming out is I'll be doing What If Naruto had one for all, and then What If Naruto's a Dragon Slayer, and then What If Naruto's Kryptonian, and we got ways to go. But anyway, summer's almost here. I'll be posting more frequently. This was the finale of What If Naruto's a Demigod. It's been an amazing journey. I'm so happy all of you could share it with me. And if you watched through this entire part, then amazing, good job on you. Everyone in the premiere, thank you so much for watching. It's been an amazing journey for those of you who've come to the channel since part 1. I'll be making up adding this to the playlist, and this will be the end. So if you guys really want a part like a Boruto or something, this is going to be the like goal. I'm kind of like taking like this is the finale. So if you guys want like Boruto and Naruto the Last and stuff, you're going to have to get this video to 5,000 likes. Yes, I know I'm only at 3K right now, but if you can get this video to 5,000 likes or at some point in the future, I will make sure to make that part. If not, this is the end for it for now because I don't really like Boruto. But if we get to 5,000 likes, then I'll continue it. Anyway, this is the end for What If Naruto is a Demigod. Any of you out there who want to make what ifs on this or like credit me or whatever, just do whatever. You guys can make your own versions or do whatever you want. Completely honor this What If series and the story that it told about Naruto having to harness the power that he was given of being a different race and being a different person in general. Him now being a demigod, that is. Anyway, I'm rambling. Don't want to keep you guys too long. If you like me and watch to the end, make sure to go and check out my second channel, Weeb. That's pretty cool. I do gaming stuff there and whatever. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.